Welcome back to my playthrough of the Stationeers beta, which is more or less the showcase for the new terrain system that's coming soon. This is Mars on Easy. And in the last episode, this is episode 8, in the last episode, we finally grew some potatoes and had a meal of a baked potato. Trust me, it was an accomplishment because I was running out of cereal bars. So now that we've got that, I wouldn't say under control, but we have a proper method now. Um, there's two things to address. Number one, the wheat is not happy with the light and dark cycle that the potatoes are happy with. So that's going to have to be addressed. And number two, obviously, grow more food. That's easy enough. Plant, harvest, refrigerator, eat. But one thing that I do specifically want to do is I want to improve my power situation and gather some resources and start working towards getting the advanced furnace up and running. I haven't decided precisely what my order of priorities are, but I do know that I need to get my power just a little bit more beefy for my own good. So let's see what resources I need for more solar panels. Let's go ahead and build some solar panels. I received a couple of comments that are totally accurate. That if I were to use a checkerboard pattern, I would actually get better efficiency from my solar panels. For example, this one that's not blocked is at 99%. This one that's partially blocked is only at 60%. So I'm literally blocking part of my solar panels with other solar panels. To be totally honest, I'm normally okay with that. But when I put in the new solar panels, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a slightly checkerboard fashion. Um, it's going to be less compacted as this, but we'll see if the efficiency versus the amount of space it's taking up is a good fit for me. It probably is. This was a little bit on the lazy side, but I needed power and I needed power now. So let's go ahead getting those major glitches or hitches and glitches there. That really doesn't normally happen to me. Anyway, let's go inside and see just what materials I have and what materials I need for some more solar panels. I know I'm going to need some frames. I know I need some iron sheets.
Power critical.
I know I'm going to have to change my battery really, really soon, or it's going to be respawned um, after accidentally dying. Again, I don't care about the environment in here right now. As a matter of fact, I may actually.
Waste tank caution.
Wow, I'm just a mess right now. So let's go ahead and take care of the waste tank. Let's go ahead and take care of the battery. That battery is getting really low. So let's find out just what we need. Kit solar is gold, copper, and steel. I can make two as is right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Um, Frames. And okay, I got 8 frames. That's good for starters. And I have 6 iron sheets. That's a start. Do I have any glass? If I do have any glass, it's over in the other building. Um, did I not start that? Yes, I did, and I just stopped it. That was smart. Go ahead and take care of some water right while I'm here. And what materials do I still have in here? I'm actually really low on iron. So I'm probably going to have to go mine for some iron before I do pretty much anything right now. And I've dumped everything out of this one, so there's no iron to be had. Yeah, it sounds like it's time to go look for some iron. So let's get the tablet set up with the tracker. Battery's good on it. Very good. Let's dump a couple of random things back out of my inventory. Let's switch over to the mining belt. Let's get out the ye old mining tool. Double check its battery. It's acceptable at 85. It's doing its thing. It's actually short of steel for the next one. That's fine. We'll power that off to save a little power because we're getting rather critical. And just to be nice to the base, I have 35 in there of coal, so let's go ahead and get that battery inside charged up just a little bit. Iron, I don't think I need the scanner to find it. It's really easy to find. Excuse me.
Air tank low.
Okay, well, let's go back and take care of the air before I get too far away from my base. It's always something. You're supposed to ask the kids if they need the bathroom before you leave. Well, Stationeers, check your air tank and your batteries before you leave your base. Okay, so let's take care of the air tank. Put the tool away.
Air tank critical.
I'm going to have to pretty soon start generating some oxygen because that tank's not going to last forever. Okay, so iron. Definitely need some iron. That's silicon. Let's go ahead and change to the other backpack. Why are you not letting me do that? Okay. Let's move this tool over here. Let's move this tool over here. Let's move the backpack in place. And we'll stow the backpack. We don't need to look at the jumpsuit for now. Get the tool back out. And let's go find that iron real quick. It really shouldn't be exceedingly hard to find some iron. It's the most plentiful thing on the whole planet, basically. There we go. I'm pretty sure I'm actually going to need steel again pretty soon too. So if I find some extra coal, we'll just kill multiple birds all at the same time. And the more I think about it, one of the other things that I really have to start working on almost as urgently as I was on the food is I need to start setting up a filtration system to get my gases straightened out. I'm going to need miscellaneous gases for various things. Um, I'm going to, when I do get the advanced furnace, I'm going to take a little bit of a shortcut. Um, I'm going to use IC scripting for the temperatures and so forth, for what ore and whatnot. But I'm mostly going to be uh, just using a buffer tank to heat up and pressurize the advanced furnace, at least for starters. Um, I'm not going to be using massive levels of filtered gases with volume pumps and so forth. I'm pretty much going to heat up gases with volatiles and oxide, dump them into a buffer tank, and I'll have maybe a secondary cold tank that I can use for cooling it down and getting it into a more appropriate zone range, and then I can deal with the pressure from the controls kind of manually ish. That'll get me some of the more advanced super alloys a little bit faster, shall we say. Okay, I already have 150 coal. I almost don't want to use it on steel, just in case I need it for the solid fuel generator. But I know I'm going to need steel for um, things really soon. So I'm going to bite the bullet and make the steel now. I really hope a storm doesn't come anytime real soon. Damn it. Excuse me. Okay, there's my iron. Which we'll set back down for just a second. Let's bring this backpack back out. Shuffle that one over. Shuffle this one in. Now we can put that over there. Now I have room to put the tablet away and pick up my iron and steel. Let's take it in. I need to look up what I have to do for Sterilite. I'm pretty sure the biggest thing I'm missing is literally the Sterilite. And that's one of the more fun items from the advanced furnace. Because here's the downside of adding more solar panels as they sit. Every storm is going to do damage to them. And that means more and more repairing before they get destroyed. Not to mention, if I go to the trouble of having a checkerboard pattern for efficiency, if I I had iron sitting right there. That's brilliant. Okay, that's fine. Um, let's see. Yeah, that definitely needed some steel, so we'll give that to that. And how was I doing on iron over here? Okay for now. So for right now, we'll just dump the iron there. We'll see where I need it. Gold is good, copper is good, steel is good. I'm going to need a whole bunch more of the heavy cable again. I think I want to add at least 4 more solar panels for now. And then I'll work on um, other things. But for right now, let's expand the power. Um, I need to set up an oxygen collection because, like I said, this tank is not going to last forever. I mean, I need to buff up my water supply. I need oxygen. Um, so, yeah. Let's see. How much room do I still have up here on top of the building? I might be able to skip the frames and the. I might be able to put a couple more up here without it being too horrible. Okay, well, first of all, this is part of my original solar control, and all of this can come back up. So, let's do that. Get it out of the way. Nothing will go to waste. It'll be a little while before I need the batch writers again, but let's just clear out the failed experiment here. And I believe it's the drill to deconstruct these. Get those out of the way. Yeah, I could get away with putting a couple more up here. Yeah, that works for me. Now, if I were to do the proper thing and get these decluttered to where they're not interfering with each other, right out here would probably be a pretty good place to do it. I don't know. Should I do this the right way? I probably should do this the right way. It's just some frames and a whole bunch more cable. I can live with that. Let's go ahead and turn this off so that when I put some coal in it won't just automatically use it. Open sesame, thank you. Go ahead and get this powered up. I know that I'm going to need some of the iron I just need some of the iron. I think that's all I need. Let's see. I already took them out of my pack, didn't I? Of course I did. We'll just go ahead and get these out of the way. We'll go ahead and pick back up our frames, our iron sheets.
Filter low.
Okay, so we have 16 frames. Let's go ahead and get more sheets. good enough. Um, okay, I think it's the tool manufacturing for the advanced tablet. No. Okay, advanced tablet, printable, obviously. Electronics printer, tier 2. Iron, gold, copper, steel, electrum, and solder. I think I have that. Oops. Don't want to do that. Advanced tablet. And this is just a precursor to. I also received a helpful hint from a viewer in a comment for setting up the alerts for weather. I still need the weather station too, obviously, but setting up the weather. But I need the advanced tablet for that. So while I'm not doing it this very second, um, the advanced tablet will still benefit me because I can put 2 cartridges at a time and switch between them. So that'll be a plus. And the old tablet's not going to go to waste by any means. Number one, it'll be a backup for me losing stuff. Okay. I don't want to steal the battery from that. I will steal the cartridge for now, though. I want the. I want the plant analyzer to go with the tracker, I think. And I'll give it its own battery. Actually, I take that back. For right now, I will steal the battery from that one. So, that means that I can stash the original tablet for now. What I'll probably end up doing is putting that on a table in the grow room as an ongoing monitor for atmosphere. Keep a very close eye on pollutants. It'll eventually get replaced with a display or a console or something like that on the wall, but it'll be kind of cool to have a quick and easy just go glance at it for how my atmosphere is doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap out the battery in the suit. And we can dump out the bad filter. There's no iron in there right now, so I can't really print a filter right this very second. I'll take care of that when that second filter goes a little bit more south. So that means that next I need to go make my new platform. We're good on gold, we're good on copper. I don't want to make a huge mess right this very second, so I'll come back and make more heavy cable. I'm going to head out towards the deep miner and set up a platform for my solar farm. but I'm going to do it in such a way that it can be extensible. I don't want it to be too much in the shadow of the building either. So, make sure that we're on the same keel here. See how that looks. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what is this? Is this oxide? I think this is oxide. Yeah, that's oxide. I'll take it while I can see it and before I end up burying it over here.
Waste tank caution.
Okay, no more is in the way. That's cobalt, isn't it? Yeah, that's cobalt. Okay, good enough. Put this back away. Get out the welder, get out the iron sheets. Always turn off your welder. Okay, that's good. We can put the sheets away. We can get the tablet out of the way too. Let's go get. I didn't bring the glass out. That's fine. I need to look and see which way the data port is. It is facing north. Okay, so we want a type 2, point them north. Okay, and we need heavy cable, wire cutters. Okay, and we're going to primarily be hooking in the same way as the others, so we'll run the cable. Hello. No, do that. Hello. Okay, this pigtail will go over there. Let's go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to need more cable. So let's go get more heavy cable. And it looks like I'm going to need 1, 2, 4 or 5 more frames because I actually want the bridge from here to there. Okay, so heavy cable. Should be good on the steel sheets. Open assembly. Iron frames. Go forth and be good. Heavy cable. Go forth and be good. Battery's still okay. Let's go ahead and swap this out just because we can. Gonna need that recycler soon. Might as well take care of water. As soon as I get the solar up and running, I'm gonna go check and see if that weed ever made it to completion. It was growing poorly towards fruiting. So as long as it doesn't die, I'm still happy with that. It's not optimal for using it for growing wheat, but as long as it finishes and I don't lose any seeds, then I'm pretty happy. I'm out of iron over here. That figures. Shocker. Go ahead and get that started again. Plenty on the frames. This is probably not enough on the cable, but it's good enough for right now. Let's go over to the grow room and grab the glass, or grow the glass. That'd be a neat trick. Let's go over to the grow room and grab the glass because I'm nearly positive I left some over here. Either way, I was coming over here to check on the plants. Oh, go green. I want in. Thank you. Okay. We are at 23, which is our proper set temp. Battery is not in bad shape. Okay, it's in bad shape. It's at 28%. So let's rob Peter to pay Paul. Let's steal from the drill. That way I don't have to make a trip just for a battery. Okay, the wheat has finished growing, but I want the seeds. Thriving towards seeding, thriving towards seeding, thriving towards seeding. So, can't really harvest these yet because I need the seeds. In episode 7, I rushed the harvest because I wanted the dramatic finish of having a potato. Yep. Okay, so this is still growing. I have replaced the battery in the filtration unit. So let's go ahead and get our... I just left without even grabbing the glass. That was dumb. Okay. I distracted myself. I distracted myself. And like I said, because the solar panels are going to keep getting damaged, I'm just okay with making some silicone real quick, some glass from silicone. Is it one sheet or two? I can't remember. Okay. Let's go out and finish up these new solar panels. For anyone not aware, I have an entire playlist of Stationeers gameplay. Um, if you like my style, or you at least think I'm funny, or you just enjoy laughing at how poorly I'm doing from time to time, by all means, please check out some of my other videos. I also have a playlist for Astroneer, which is a game that has been out for actually a year longer than this. And for whatever reason, I never installed it and tried it. So I'm having a good time learning that. Well, I'm having a good time now. My first attempt was absolutely pitiful. But I'm having fun now, and it looks like a really good game. So, by all means, check out my videos on that. I believe there's 2 or 3 so far. I have 2 videos so far on a new game coming out on January 6th. That would be Star Rupture. I am exceedingly excited about the release of that game. I participated in the playtest for that game. Huge shout out to Creepy Jar for providing the free playtest to the general public. Um, Even though they extended the playtest twice and made it a fairly long playtest overall, I still put in very close to 90 hours, 84, 87, 90 hours on a playtest. So if that doesn't tell you that it is a darn fun game, I don't know what to tell you. But it is going to be exciting. I am very much looking forward to owning that game. Anyone from Creepy Jar paying attention, I would gladly accept a reviewer's promotional copy. My channel is most assuredly. I have a burnt wire right there. Wow. That's not good. I need to fix that. I cut short here just to make sure I didn't bridge the charging side and the utilization side of my wiring. That lovely old school cable there, just blowing out like crazy. The proper way to do things would be to use enough transformers and separate my circuits better so that my charging wattage didn't cause literally everything to blow. You still have to do that to a certain degree later in the game, even with the heavy cable. But in the meantime, I really just prefer heavy cable. I mean, yeah, you got to use some gold. Right now, I have a deep miner right out my back door that's producing free gold, passive gold. I'm using heavy cable. Okay, so that's almost wired up. I have the glass in hand. And that should get my power at least a little bit better. Right? Yeah, right. Okay, so let's go outside and get this hooked up the rest of the way. Put the glass in. maybe I can stop coming back to a base that's out of power. See, this one's doing good. Okay. So we're doing good there. All hooked up, all hooked up, all hooked up, all hooked up. It is tracking correctly. So good. Now, just for the record, that's 99% efficiency, 99% efficiency, 99% efficiency, and well, there's literally nothing blocking this one. 99% efficiency. So, yes, I do agree with the comment. I did know it, but I was being lazy. Thanks for calling me on it. I don't mind. But a checkerboard pattern does most assuredly make for a better layout for putting up your solar panels. I'm presuming that when you have solar panels only getting like 60% efficiency when they're not damaged, that you're essentially wasting an awful lot of solar panel. Um, get the glass out of hand. Get That's a standard curve right there. So we'll take it out and we'll replace it too. Awesome. The water should now work again. Glad I didn't need it in a hurry. And we'll see if that can keep this battery. I mean, I don't want to keep feeding this generator with coal if I can avoid it. I mean, I will if I have to, but I don't want to. Okay, so we need a smallish room, at least for right now. A smallish room where I can just pop off some oxide and filter out everything but the oxygen and put it in a tank. So, and by the way, that is actually, aside from making it easy to walk out here, that is why I framed in this area, because I'm going to put my oxygen generation right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out with frames a little bit more. Probably about 9 more frames. I'm going to put, I could go with a really small room, but I don't want to run the risk of blowing out the room pressure-wise when I start popping the oxide in. And since I already have, well, this is the incoming power. This isn't usable power. This is usable power, I believe. Well, this is usable power. I know that. Yeah, this is usable power here on the usable side of the battery, not the charging side of the battery. So I feel messy not having that there. Okay, so 4 more, 5, 6, 7, 7 more frames and a couple more sheets, and I'll have my foundation for oxygen, at least early form oxygen addition. I need a tank, which I don't know. Do I want to put it outside or inside? I'll need a filtration unit. So well, first things first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Frame. What did I say again? Uh, 4 more plus 3, 7 more. 7 more? I think 7 more. It doesn't matter. They'll get used later, but
Air tank low.
we will. Double down just a little bit on the iron sheets because that room has to be airtight, and of course it has to have walls. Blah 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 blah. And yes, I heard the warning about the air tank. Okay, so we don't care about the coil. Let's get that out of the way.
Air tank critical.
Okay. I need filtration. Filtration is going to be the pipe bender. Atmospherics. That needs iron, gold, and copper. Okay. So. Do I have any? Apparently not. Okay, gold. Have we gold over here? No. You have to take the gold out of here. Well, darn. Okay. It is what it is. It makes such a mess when it dumps. Okay, grab the gold. And we need atmospherics. Just one of those. That'll be filtration for getting the oxygen. If I were in a dire hurry, I could just pop the oxygen in a closed room and use a volume pump to put it into a canister. But I'm not in that bad a shape yet. Famous last words. Let's see. How much is the insulated tank? Copper, steel, silicon. We'll go with an insulated tank. Okay, and we're low on silicon over here again, but that's okay. Okay. Walls. I only have 2 walls. That's not going to work. Kit wall. That requires steel, which of course I stole from over here. get these positioned near the door. Let's go ahead and get the platform down. Because we're coming up on right around an hour. And honestly, even if I put chapters in this for you, which, by the way, leave it in the comments whether you'd like me to put timestamps in. I'm willing to do it. It's actually a fair bit of work, but I'm willing to do it for you guys. And whether or not that would make my video style a little bit more palatable to you. I mean, I guess the way I'm saying it is I'd rather that you
Power low.
I'd rather that you watch my whole videos as is, but I know that since I'm not editing down raw footage very often to cut out some relatively dead zones in some of my gameplay, that some of you that are here to learn something specific might want to jump around. And I get that. And if we're being completely honest, you might spend more time watching my videos if you could jump around as opposed to getting upset that I'm blathering on and on about something and, please just get to it. So, drop me a comment and tell me, please don't tell me just to do better editing. I'm still learning the editing program and I'm getting better, but it's still a work in progress on learning. So, go ahead and drop it in the comments whether you want me to go ahead and put chapters in and whether or not you've seen me do some horrible thing wrong that really needs addressing. I know I'm doing some things wrong. I've played this game a lot. I know I'm taking a couple of shortcuts. I know. I know. But I'm enjoying myself playing the game. I'm trying my best not to bore you. Hopefully, some of you can learn something. If you don't already own the game, maybe you'll see that this really is a fun game and, pick it up next time it's on sale or full price. I mean, they definitely, RocketWorks would definitely appreciate the sale of another copy. I fully support that they need to put food on their tables to pay their programmers and, keep squashing bugs. So, by all means, if you haven't, picked up this game and you think it's a fun-looking game, or hey, I'm all for it. I mean, you just want to say, hey, I have like 1,500 hours worth of time in the game, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I can do better than that after like a week. Feel free. I want you to have as much fun as I'm having, and this is a great game to do it.
Waste tank caution.
So, by all means, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off here. And in the next video, I'm going to be setting up the oxygen collection room. Actually, I take that back. I am going to go and check on the potatoes and the wheat one more time at the end of this video. Because in all honesty, I would like to save the last of the cereal bars for an emergency. So if I have potatoes grown, I'm going to end this video the same way I ended the last one, by eating a potato. And if not, well, then I'll slink back home and eat a cereal bar and figure out the most efficient way to set up my oxygen room in the next episode. But I'm hoping that these are at seed level now. They are. At least that one was. Okay, all three potatoes are at seed. My wheat is still doing horribly, but I'm happy. Seed, 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 and we will just dump that right there. And we will harvest 2 potatoes here, 2 potatoes here, 2 potatoes here. We are going to put one in the microwave, turn it on, and we are going to plant 1, 2, 3, 4 potatoes. We're going to put the leftover potato in here. I shouldn't have cooked that one because I still have something here. I'm actually going to finish this one off, I think. Nope, it still has 4% left. But that's okay. I will pick up this one and with great triumph put it next to that one for my next meal. So, still growing towards seeding. I really need to get the seed. I don't have an overabundance of seeds yet, so it's going to have to wait. So, that's where we're going to cut it for today. Next episode, I'm going to put in the oxygen room for getting my oxygen supply back up. I'll be checking on whether or not the 4 solar panels did a good enough job to balance out my power for a while. Coming up really soon, I'm going to try and set up a weather station and use the script code that one of my viewers kindly posted in a comment for me. I'm going to see how that works. I read every comment. I mean, I have very few subscribers, so I know that. But I read every comment and I try to reply. I appreciate the criticism. I appreciate constructive criticism. And I appreciate all of you staying to watch my videos. Until the next video, be safe.